Hello friends, welcome to SuPrabha Academy's lecture series on exam MPSC Group B and Group C, that is mostly for PST and OSR, for these posts in English medium. So SuPrabha brings you a special expertise of dealing with MPSC in English medium, and continuing with the same, today we'll be dealing with the combined MPSC combined Group B and Group C exams, mostly PSI, STIA. So these posts are recruited via these exams. Group C non-gazetted posts. Fine. So welcome everybody. This is live on YouTube, as well as we have got the Google link meet. So all students who are on YouTube and the Google Meet, welcome to SuPrabha. Continuing, let us first understand what this exam pattern, since it's live on YouTube, there might be many parents also who might be watching this, and they'll also be curious about understanding what exactly this exam is. He exam kashi ahe, pattern काय आहे. So I'll be a little bit bilingual, fine, so that in case the parents are watching along with the students, they will also get some information about this exam. Okay, so initially we'll move ahead today with the introduction part of this exam. What exactly is this exam? What is the syllabus? What is the eligibility criteria? And most importantly, can it be dealt with in English? That is very important. Can this exam be dealt with in English? I know many of you students, you might have done your schooling in English or your graduation in English, and today when you face this exam, you find a lot of material only in Marathi. Okay, so for those students, don't be disheartened. We at SuPrabha, as I told you, we expertise in MPSC courses in English medium. So today we'll be going ahead with Group B and Group C. So first, what is this exam? Combined Group B and Group C exam. So what are the posts? The posts which are included under Group B and Group C. See, Group B is non-gazetted. So Group B and Group C. Group B, PSI, STI, ASO, SR, IS, Sub-Registrar of Stamps or Inspector of Stamps. Okay, that is Group B. And the Group C, you'll be having Tax Assistant, ESI, that is Excise Sub-Inspector, Industrial Inspector, Clerk, Typist, Technical Assistant, Director of Insurance. For some of these posts, for some of these posts, if you go ahead, these are all general posts. General means any graduate is eligible. But for some of these posts like Industrial Inspector, okay, you need to have specialized information in the respective domains. स्पेशलाइज इन्फॉर्मेशनची गरज आहे, तुम्ही इंजिनियर असण्याची गरज आहे, मगच तुम्हाला ह्या पोस्टसाठी तुम्ही एलिजिबल होता. जर का क्लर्क ह्याच्यासाठी जात असेल तुम्ही, तर बट ऑब्वियस तुम्हाला टायपिंगचा स्पीड तो पण तुमचा चेक केला जातो. ओके, फाईन. तरी देखील ही एक्झाम एकच आहे, बट स्टील दिस एक्झाम इज अ सिंगल एक्झाम. इट इज नोन एज कंबाईन एक्झाम. वाय इट इज नोन एज कंबाईन एक्झाम, आपण ते आता पुढे बघू. ओके, सो these are the different posts for which you will be fighting for under this exam. Also, you have Assistant Motor Vehicle Inspector exam. Okay, as and when the post will be declared, the government, the MPSC will go ahead with this exam. Now, the pattern of this exam. What is the general pattern of the exam? Except for PSI, the pattern for rest of the exam is the same. General pattern is, first you will be having a prelims exam. Prelim exam का असते, कशासाठी असते? It's a screening test. Anybody can fill the form. Anybody can apply for the exam. But त्यातले जे serious students आहेत, only those serious students who have really prepared for this exam, they will be selected for the mains. So in mains, you will be having competition only among the serious candidates. So that's the reason you have the prelims test. Preliminary test is also known as the screening test. Okay, screening test असती, यातून मुलं filter out होतात, serious मुलं पुढे mains का जातात, non-serious मुलं prelim stage गाच out होतात. So you will be having different stages. STI, ASO, SR, IS हे सगळ्यांसाठी दोनच स्टेज आहेत, प्रिलिम्स आणि मेन्स. सो फॉर ऑल द एक्झाम मोस्टली पोस्ट यू विल बी हॅव्हिंग प्रिलिम्स अँड मेन्स. प्रिलिम्सचं काय सिलेबस आहे, पॅटर्न कसं आहे, विल कम टू दॅट पार्ट. ओके, only for PSI you will be having the exam in 4 stages. Okay, so please pay attention over here. Only for PSI we'll be having exam in 4 stages. Now, what are the 4 stages? Prelims, mains. After mains for PSI, there is going to be a physical test which is qualifying in nature. Okay, it is qualifying in nature. A physical test which is qualifying in nature. Qualifying म्हणजे काय? त्याचे marks count होत नाहीत. Okay, you don't add the marks to the final merit tally. Okay, these marks are only, you need to qualify it and that exam is over, or that part of the section of the test is over. The marks won't be carried forward. Fine. And lastly, you will be having the interview. So those students who have qualified for physical will be invited for the interview, and the final selection of PSI will be based on mains and interview, combined marks of mains and interview. In rest all other post, बाकीच्या सर्व पोस्ट मध्ये फायनल सिलेक्शन जे आहे ना ते फक्त मेन्स वर बेस्ड आहे. फायनल सिलेक्शन जे आहे ते फक्त मेन्स वर बेस्ड आहे. फॉर रेस्ट ऑल अदर सिलेक्शन्स. सो this is the pattern. Now we'll analyze each and every pattern. प्रत्येक पॅटर्नला आपण जरा एनालाइज करू. सिलेबस काय असतं, कसं असतात, काय क्वेश्चन्स विचारले जातात. ओके, नॉट गोइंग इनटू मच डिटेल. वन मोर इम्पॉर्टंट एस्पेक्ट. Combined exam, the prelims and mains is objective in nature. This is very important. You'll be having MCQs. Okay, for combined exams, the prelims and mains is objective in nature. That means you will be having MCQs. You'll have to tick mark darken the circle for the correct option on the given OMR sheets. Okay, you need not write anything in this pattern of exam. So in prelims, mains, anywhere, any stage, you are not going to write descriptive answers. It's just going to be MCQs, objective type of exam. So stage 1, this is prelims. Okay, the preliminary stage, it is common for all posts. So even if you are going for AMVI, even if you are going for clerk exam, even if you are going for industrial inspector exams, for all the exams, the prelims is common. The mains would differ depending on the post. Okay, so this is therefore known as a combined prelim exam. Okay, since it is common for all the exams, it is known as a combined prelim exam. The marks 100 for 100 questions. That means one question carries 1 mark. Okay, and the negative is 1/4. What do you mean by negative 1/4? Negative 1/4 means if 4 questions go wrong, the marks allotted to one question would be deducted. 4 क्वेश्चन चुकले तर एका क्वेश्चनचे मार्क डिडक्ट होतात. इथं एका क्वेश्चनला एकच मार्क आहे, त्यामुळे 4 क्वेश्चन चुकले तर 1 मार्क डिडक्ट होईल. जर का एका क्वेश्चनला 2 मार्क असते तर 4 क्वेश्चन चुकले तर 2 मार्क डिडक्ट होईल. बट सिन्स only 1 mark is allotted to one question, therefore when 4 questions go wrong, 1 mark would be deducted. Okay, and now once you appear for the prelims exam and you get a score which is above the cutoff. Cutoff काय असतो? That is the benchmark. If you are above the cutoff, you will be selected for mains. Okay, and this cutoff is going to vary for all the different posts. प्रत्येक पोस्टचा cutoff वेगळा असतो. So just in a tabular form so that you can understand, grasp it. Prelims 100 questions, 100 marks. Level is graduation. See, understand one thing. Question is asked in Marathi as well as English. Now this is very important for you all to understand. Combinedचा अभ्यास इंग्लिश मध्ये होऊ शकतो का? Okay, can we study for combined exam in English medium? See, when the commission, MPSC स्वतःच तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन्स मराठी आणि इंग्लिश मध्ये विचारत आहे. If commission itself is asking you question in English and Marathi, they are not being biased for English or Marathi, they are not at all biased. Then why should we have any prejudices? Okay, आपण आपल्या मनात असं का धोरण करायचं की बाबा नाही MPSC तर मराठीतच आहे, इंग्लिश नाहीच होऊ शकत. नाही, MPSC ने स्वतः दिले क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला मराठी आणि इंग्लिश दोन्ही मध्ये दिलेला आहे. ओके, MPSCचा प्रत्येक क्वेश्चन मराठी आणि इंग्लिश मध्ये असतो. त्यामुळे यू हॅव द लिबर्टी टू रीड द क्वेश्चन इन इंग्लिश and tick mark the correct answer over there itself on the OMR sheet. Fine. आता speaking about this, I'd also like to point out one more thing. Many students, they have a myth. Okay, they have a myth. अशी चुकीची समज असते की MPSC मध्ये मराठी मीडियम वाल्यांना जास्त स्कोप आहे. ते बायस्ड, MPSC इज बायस्ड टुवर्ड्स मराठी मीडियम. ओके, MPSCचा कल थोडा मराठी मीडियम स्टुडंट्सकडे आहे. काही नाही, एकदम चुकीचं आहे ते. सिंपल गोष्ट आहे. ओके, इन दिस पॅटर्न ऑफ एक्झाम तुम्ही क्वेश्चन इंग्लिशमध्ये वाचलाय का मराठीमध्ये वाचलाय हे एक्झामिनरला समजतच नाही. द एक्झामिनर डझंट नो वेदर यू हॅव रेड द क्वेश्चन इन इंग्लिश or you have read the question in Marathi. The question is in both languages. You can read it in English or Marathi. But what you are going to do, you are going to tick mark the right answer on the OMR sheet provided. So when you tick mark the right answer on the OMR sheet provided, there is no way the examiner will come to know, the commission will come to know whether you have read the question in English or Marathi. त्यामुळे तुम्ही जर का कंबाईनचं म्हणलं तर काही बायसनेस नाही, कोणतीही कमिशन बायसनेस नसतील टुवर्ड्स लँग्वेज. तसं असतं तर एमपीएससीनी एकाच भाषेत क्वेश्चन पेपर छापला असता. फाईन, एमपीएससी वुड हॅव गॉन अहेड विथ द एक्झाम इन जस्ट वन लँग्वेज, मराठी. हॅज द कमिशन done this way? No. Fine. So if the commission is not biased, let us not have any prejudices. आपण उगाच काही चुकीचे समज घेऊन पुढे चालायला नको. कमिशन इज अनबायस्ड टुवर्ड्स ऑल द लँग्वेजेस. कारण काय माहिती का, ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह कॅपेबिलिटीज, एखाद्या कॅन्डिडेटची ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह कॅपेबिलिटीज ही भाषेवर अवलंबून नाही. ओके, त्याची ऍडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह कॅपेबिलिटीज जे त्यांनी डेव्हलप केले ते महत्वाचे. ओके, सो therefore please remember the medium is Marathi and English. Duration 1 hour. Now this is a trick. This is very, very important. Okay, here is a catch. In 1 hour you have to go for 100 questions. In 1 hour you have to go for 100 questions. 60 minutes, 100 questions. In 60 minutes you have to go for 100 questions. This is very important. Okay, what is important in this exam is speed and accuracy. If you want to crack combined exam, you have to get the speed as well as the accuracy. You have to be very fast. You'll have to be always revising things, facts and all those details, so that in the exam you don't spend time in looking for the options. Are A ka B, B ka A. No, you know it by heart. Yes, the answer is B. You tick mark B and move ahead. This is very important because in 60 minutes you have less than 1 minute per question. You have less than 1 minute per question. I would say you have just got 8 to 10 seconds for a question. Why I am saying this? We'll look at the pattern. We'll understand what are the topics included, and then this will be clarified why I am saying that you just have 8 to 10 seconds for one question. Okay, so this is very important. I've already told you the nature of the exam is objective. Now, what is the syllabus for prelims? You have 100 questions based on what? Based on these topics. 100 क्वेश्चन जे विचारले जाणार आहेत ते या टॉपिक्सवर विचारले जाणार आहेत. 100 क्वेश्चन्स आर गोइंग टू बी बेस्ड ऑन दिस टॉपिक्स. करंट अफेअर्स. कोणते करंट अफेअर्स? नॅशनल, इंटरनॅशनल अँड महाराष्ट्र करंट अफेअर्स. सो दे विल बी आस्किंग यू एव्हरीथिंग ऑल अबाउट द करंट अफेअर्स इन national and international importance. Then polity, all about Indian constitution. Okay, the state governments, the rural governments, the panchayati raj, the local self-government, as you call it, the same. See, I'm just going to give you the glimpse of the subjects over here. A detailed analysis as to how to cover these subjects would be done in the following series we have this week itself. Okay, so you'll be having my colleagues, Ajay sir, who will be dealing with geography and Marathi, Akshay sir dealing with polity, history, Ajit sir, who's going to be dealing with science and tech, aptitude, and myself, I'll be again coming back, okay, for conducting a lecture on economy. I'll be dealing with your economy section. Fine. At that time, we'll be going in detail. We'll be going in detail about those subjects. Today, I'm just going to give you a glimpse, the overview of the whole syllabus. So I'm not going to go deep into each and every subject. My respective faculties, the colleagues would definitely go deep analysis, give you the deep analysis of each and every subject over here. Fine, no need to worry. Just let us understand the pattern. Let us understand the pattern. And my dear friends, on the YouTube live, the description, the YouTube channel, okay, you'll be having a Google form. Kindly fill up the form. I'll be providing all the syllabus copy in English to you. Okay, you'll get the PDF in English about the combined syllabus. Okay, so kindly fill up the Google form. Going ahead, so for prelims, you have current affairs, polity, history, geography of India and Maharashtra. A little bit reference to the world is also asked, but mostly it is India and Maharashtra. Economy, you have Indian economy as well as the state economy, the economy of Maharashtra. Fine. You have general science, wherein you have physics, chemistry, botany, zoo, and hygiene. These are the topics included under general science. And finally, you have aptitude test and numerical ability. Okay, so these are the topics on which they are going to ask you 100 questions. Now, why was I saying that you need to be very fast and accurate? In a sense, you have just 10 seconds for one question, because on this section they ask 15 to 20 questions on aptitude test and numerical ability. On this section they are going to ask 15 to 20 questions. So for these questions you require at least 45 seconds to 1 minute to tackle these questions. You have to think. Okay, there are no direct answers, factual answers for this. You'll have to think according to what has been asked in the problem. So if you are going to spend 15 to 20, for 15 to 20 questions, you are going to spend 15 to 20 minutes over here. In the rest 40 minutes, you'll have to go ahead with 80 questions. Okay, so you'll have to be very fast. You'll have to be very fast. Speed and accuracy, that is very, very important over here. You'll have to be fast. You'll have to be very accurate, and this is just a matter of practice. Okay, in the class we'll be going ahead with lots of practice tests so that you get speed as well as accuracy over here itself in the class. Okay, so this is about prelims. Allocation, current affairs, 100 questions or 100 marks. How is it distributed? Current affairs 15, history sometimes it's 15, it's 10, geography also it varies from 15 to 10, economy 15, general science 15, aptitude can be asked between 15 to 20 as I told you, and polity questions will be varying from 10 to 15. So if you add up this, it becomes 100. So 100 questions on these topics they are going to ask you. This is prelims. You have appeared for the prelims. Now MPSC declares the cutoff. Okay, the cutoff is going to be different for different posts. So let's also have an idea about the cutoff. See, this is the 2024 cutoff. Okay, so for Group B post, the cutoff was general category 62.5 out of 100. Females of general category, they had a cutoff of 59.25. Mind you, let me tell you, the females from general category, they also have got a reservation. MPSC provide female reservation. MPSC provides female reservation for the females of each and every respective category. Okay, 30% of the seats in those categories would be reserved for the females of the respective categories. So even in general, you have a different cutoff for females. Only females are going to compete for this post. Sports quota under general, the cutoff is very less. Okay, same thing for OBC, SC, ST, SBC and all other categories, you have a cutoff. So if you look at it, the cutoff varies for Group B and also for Group C exam. Okay, so the cutoff is going to vary depending on which exam you are going to go for and what is the category in which you are competing. Fine. So this is just to have an idea about the cutoff. So out of 100 marks, mostly it is safe to cross 64, 65. Okay, that is the trend at present. Okay, so if you are having 62, 63 marks plus marks, you pass the prelims. Prelims is qualifying. You pass the prelims, संपली prelims. Prelims इकडेच आहे, prelims marks पुढे carry forward होत नाही. So if a candidate has got 80 marks in prelims, these marks they die with the prelims itself. The marks are important only for that student to go for the mains. The marks won't be counted for the final merit. Okay, merit फक्त मेन्सच्या मार्कवर आहे. And in case of PSI, it would be mains as well as interview marks. Fine. So this is the prelims part. Okay, next is mains. Next in the after the prelims, the next stage is mains. So let's go ahead. So this is the mains part. Let me zoom for you. Okay, so this is the mains part. In mains, now this is very important. In mains, you have got two papers. Okay, in mains, you have got two papers. Paper 1 for 200 marks and paper 2 for 200 marks. So the total mains is for 400 marks. Prelims is just for 100 marks, but mains you have two papers. Prelims, one paper 100 marks. Mains, you have got two papers for 200 marks each, that is 400 marks. Okay, what is the syllabus for paper 1? In paper 1, the questions would be for Marathi and based on Marathi and English. Okay, so okay, I'm just reading some comments over here. Okay, cutoff 62. How many we have to solve? I'll come to that. Cutoff 62 असेल तर किती solve करावं लागेल. See, it depends on the accuracy. Okay, if it's dicey, जर का ते dicey असेल किंवा तुम्हाला वाटतंय की हे पण असेल आन्सर हे पण, so it's better to go for solving more questions. What happens when you solve more questions? Okay, let's say you have got 60 questions which you know for sure. Aptitude, numerical ability, these questions you know for sure this is the answer, तुम्ही असे solve केले, you have 60 questions which or 50 questions which you know that इसके मार्क्स मुझे आने वाले, मला ह्याचे मार्क्स मिळणार आहेत. मग पुढे काय? मग पुढे तिकडे थांबता येईल का? नाही. 50 ला तुम्ही पास होणार आहे का? नाही. यू आर नॉट गोना पास at 50. Okay, when you get 50 marks you are not going to pass. So then you need to score more, but you don't know the exact answers for the rest of the question. In that case, it's better to solve more questions. Okay, it's better to solve more questions. It's better to go for 85 to 90 plus questions you can solve, provided you go for calculated risk. Okay, you go for calculated risk. Fine, because there are certain factual questions which you know or you don't know. Fine, if you know, you know for sure. Factual question. If you don't know, you don't know. Don't go for these questions because there is a chance that you are going to miss the marks. But in case those questions where you can, guess, go for calculated risk, go for those questions. असे तुम्ही अजून 35-40 क्वेश्चन जरी सोडवले, कॅल्क्युलेटेड रिस्क घेऊन, ऑप्शन्स कडे बघून तुम्ही जर का क्वेश्चन सोडवले तर काय होतं, समजा 40 क्वेश्चन सोडवले, ओके, त्यातले 30 क्वेश्चन चुकीचे आले, 10च बरोबर आले. ओके, 30 क्वेश्चन्स गो रॉंग, you get only 10 questions correct, so 10 marks you get. And for 30 questions, you will be losing 7.5 marks. So even if you get 10 questions correct and for 30 questions you are losing 7.5 marks, still you are at a profit of 2.5 marks. You will be gaining 2.5 marks. So it's better to go for solving more. Negative is 1/4. Okay, negative is 1/4. That means if 4 questions go wrong and 1 question you get correct, is going to neutralize. If you solve 5 additional questions, 1 question is correct, 4 questions are negative, the score is going to be neutralized. Add bhi kuch nahi hoga, minus bhi kuch nahi hoga. So there is a high chance that out of 5, even if you get 2 questions correct and only 3 wrong, you'll be getting a score, you'll be getting plus marks. Okay, so it's better to go for more, attempting more questions, mostly 80 to 90, solve anywhere between 80 to 90 questions. That's going to be safe. Okay, see, it's something like this. आपल्याला मॅच जिंकायची आहे, ओके, पण तुम्ही नुसतं प्ले करत बसा, खेळत बसा असं तर रनचा स्कोर होणार नाही. मॅच कशी जिंकायची? कुठंतरी रिस्क उचकून तुम्हाला फटके मारलेच पाहिजे. आणि कंबाईन इज व्हेरी वेल इक्वल T20 मॅच. ओके, थोडक्यात तुम्हाला बरंच काही स्कोर करून जायचंय. फाईन, एका तासात तुम्हाला 64-65 मार्क्स यायलाच पाहिजेत. सो इन दॅट केस इट्स बेटर टू गो फॉर कॅल्क्युलेटेड रिस्क. आणि तुम्ही एवढा सगळा अभ्यास केल्यानंतर कुठंतरी क्लिक होतं एक्झाममध्ये दॅट हे तर नसू शकतं, हे नसू शकतं, ह्या दोघांमध्ये काहीतरी गडबड आहे. इट्स बेटर टू अटेम्प्ट दोज क्वेश्चन्स. ओके, सो go for anywhere between 85 to 90. 85 plus would be a safe attempt. Fine. Yes, I'm coming to that part. What has changed in this year's exam after March? Whatever exams you are going to have after March, त्याच्यामध्ये काय चेंज झालं? ठीक आहे, एखादी क्वेश्चन विचारला तर तो एक सांगू. ह्या वर्षीपासून तुम्हाला 5 ऑप्शन्स आहेत. इन केस, इनफॅक्ट ह्याच्यावर मी एक व्हिडिओ बनवलेला पण आहे, तो यूट्यूब चॅनलवर आहे, पण की काय चेंजेस झाले. ह्या वर्षीपासून तुम्हाला 5 ऑब्जेक्टिव्स आहेत. यू हॅव 5 ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह इन ABCDE till this date today. Okay, till this date, what was the pattern? MPSC used to give you only 4 options, ABCD. You have to tick mark one of the options, but there is a 5th option. That means if you want to leave this question, हा क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्टच नाही करायचा मला, तर you'll have to answer or you'll have to tick mark the 5th option. In case you don't tick mark the 5th option, this question would go into negative. Okay, please be very clear with this. Okay, so whatever prelims you are going to face henceforth, okay, you'll be having 5 options, A, B, C, D and E. Answers to the question would be in these 4 options, A, B, C, D. What is the 5th option? You want to leave this question. If you want to leave this question, you have to circle the 5th option on the OMR sheet. If you don't do that, this question will be taken as negative. Okay, it will go wrong, it will be taken as negative. So please be very careful. आधी कसं व्हायचं, क्वेश्चन सोडायचं तर एकही ऑप्शन टिक मार्क नाही करायचा. You leave the question. Okay, so in case you want to leave the question, you don't, there were just 4 options, you are not going to circle any of the option. Okay, you leave the question, you are not going to get any positive nor any negative marks. But today, if you leave the question, henceforth, if you leave the question, you are going to get negative marks, 1/4 negative marks for that question. So if you don't want the question, you have to circle the 5th E option over there given on the OMR sheet. Okay, आपण त्याची प्रॅक्टिस करून घेऊ. Okay, so that is about the how the objective patterns are going to be. Detailed analysis आम्ही एका युट्यूबच्या व्हिडिओवर केलेलं आहे आधीचा, तर तुम्ही तो बघू शकता सुप्रभा अकॅडमीच्या इंग्लिश मीडियम यूट्यूब चॅनलवर. फाईन. सो कमिंग बॅक टू दिस, द प्रिलिम्स पार्ट इज ओव्हर. Mains, we were looking at two papers. Okay, paper 1 in mains is going to be Marathi and English. All objective questions. Nowhere you are going to write. All objective questions. Okay, you are not going to write anywhere. 50 questions based on Marathi, 50 questions based on English. आता हे बघा दोन गोष्टी आहेत. Today we are addressing English medium students. So English medium students, कुठेतरी you have a knack about English grammar. कुठेतरी English grammar तुम्ही शिकलेला असता. इंग्लिश मीडियम स्टुडंट्स, बऱ्याच इंग्लिश मीडियम स्टुडंट्स काय ना मराठीचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे. ओके, बऱ्याच इंग्लिश मीडियम स्टुडंट्स का मराठीचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे, मराठीची त्याची भीती आहे. त्यांच्यासाठी एक सजेशन आहे, उद्या माझे कलिग अजय सर घेणार आहेत लेक्चर, ते व्यवस्थितपणे तुम्हाला सांगतील की मराठी इंग्लिश मीडियम स्टुडंटची मराठीचा अभ्यास कसा केला पाहिजे. सो ही हॅज डिझाईन सम स्पेशल टेक्निक्स टू डिलिव्हर मराठी टू इंग्लिश मीडियम स्टुडंट्स. फाईन. सो काइंडली डोंट मिस टुमॉरोज लेक्चर. इट इज अगेन गोइंग टू बी YouTube लाईव्ह. डोंट मिस दॅट लेक्चर. Fine. So Ajay sir is in a better position to deal with this topic, but let me tell you one thing, these two sections are very scoring. मुलं ह्याच्यामध्ये भयंकर स्कोर करतात. Okay, in this 50-50 questions they score like anything. So this is a very scoring paper. 200 marks, English Marathi proper, because the language is not going to change, the grammar is not going to change. Okay, focus on it, go for more practice questions, and definitely you'll get very good score over here. The second paper again 100 questions, 200 marks. So over here you have got one question carrying 2 marks. Okay, so in mains be careful. If one question is carrying 2 marks, it means there is a negative of 1/4. Over here, if 4 questions go wrong, 2 marks would be deducted. Prelims मध्ये 4 question गेले, चुकले तर एकच मार्क मायनस व्हायचा. इथं 4 क्वेश्चन चुकले तर 2 मार्क मायनस होणार आहेत. सो प्रिलिम मेन्स one question carries 2 marks. So this also applies to the negative part. If 4 questions go wrong, 2 marks would be deducted from your score. Okay, so be very careful. You need to know this. So general studies paper would be in English and Marathi as well. Commission तुम्हाला म्हणतो, commission कधीच बायस नाहीये. ओके, कोणत्याही भाषेमध्ये तुम्ही पेपर वाचन द्या, काही प्रॉब्लेम नाहीये. There is no biasness towards this. हा, one thing, मराठी पेपर, बट ऑब्वियस मराठी पेपर इज गोइंग टू बी इन मराठी अँड इंग्लिश पेपर इज गोइंग टू बी इन इंग्लिश. सो मराठी वाचायचं पण कसं ते अजय सर तुम्हाला सांगतील उद्या. ओके, की मराठी कसं वाचायचं. फाईन, बिकॉज रीडिंग इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. नाउ लेट अस स्पीक अबाउट दिस जनरल स्टडीज. व्हाट एक्झॅक्टली इज द पॅटर्न? ओके, सो इन मराठी एंड इंग्लिश द सिलेबस इज द सेम. ओके, मराठीचा सिलेबस आपण थोडा इंग्लिशमध्ये ट्रान्सलेट करून दिलाय. ओके, सो कॉमन वोकॅब्युलरी, सेंटेन्स स्ट्रक्चर, ग्रामर, इडियम्स, फ्रेजेस and their meanings and usage, comprehension based questions, both these are going to be the same. The questions are going to be, the syllabus is same for Marathi and English. एवढंच की मराठीचं मराठीमध्ये असणार आहे. ओके, इंग्लिशचं इंग्लिशमध्ये. syllabus is going to be the same. For all the students who want this syllabus copy in English, MPSCच्या साईटवर syllabus copy मराठीमध्ये आम्ही हे ट्रान्सलेट केली. तर सिलेबस कॉपी जर का इंग्लिशमध्ये पाहिजे असेल तर यूट्यूबमध्ये तो गुगल फॉर्म आहे, तो प्लीज भरून घ्या. वी विल बी सेंडिंग यू दिस PDF. Okay, so that we have your contact numbers and we'll be sending you this PDF in English. It will help you in your preparation. So, this is about paper 1, Marathi English 50-50 questions. That is the syllabus. Paper 2 of mains. Okay, paper 2 of mains. What are the topics you have in paper 2? First is general intelligence and reasoning. आता ते तिकडं पण होतं आणि इकडं पण आहे. Aptitude. Okay, prelims मध्ये पण आहे, मेन्स मध्ये पण आहे. So you have general intelligence and reasoning questions to test how quickly and accurately a candidate can think. It's an aptitude test. याच्याशी तुमचा मॅथ्सचा एवढा संबंध नाहीये, थोडा ऍप्टिट्यूड आहे बरं का. ऍप्टिट्यूड इज व्हेरी डिफरंट फ्रॉम प्युअर मॅथमॅटिक्स. बऱ्याच जणांना वाटतं मला मॅथमॅटिक्स पाहिजे, तसं काही नसतं. ओके, ऍप्टिट्यूड म्हणजे प्रॉब्लेम आहे, तो प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह कसा करायचा ते तुमचं थिंकिंग ॲबिलिटी डेव्हलप करायची. ओके, की तो प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह कसा करायचा, ती थिंकिंग ॲबिलिटी डेव्हलप करणं, दॅट इज ॲप्टिट्यूड. सो दिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. आणि ॲप्टिट्यूड सगळ्यांकडे असतं. ओके, सगळ्यांमध्ये ॲप्टिट्यूड असतं. ओके, घरी भाजी बनवताना मीठ जास्त झालं तर काय करायचं, शेंगदाण्याचं कूट टाकायचं, दॅट इज ॲप्टिट्यूड. सो many of the students who come to us त्यांना असं वाटतं की aptitude म्हणजे खूपच mathematics आहे, तसं काही नाहीये. Okay, don't equate aptitudes to with mathematics. It is just a plain general problem which is given in front of you. You have to think over the problem and tick mark the right answer. Okay, so aptitude, reasoning, then you have current affairs, चालू घडामोडी, arithmetic and statistics. Here you will be having some mathematics section. Okay, but these are very simple calculation based on your 10th standard syllabus, not even the graduation level, 10th standard syllabus. So you'll be having percentage, you'll be having fractions, the same part which you have learned, not even in 10th standard, I would say 8th standard. Right to Information Act, now this is very important. Right to Information Act 2005 and Maharashtra Public Service Right Act 2015. ह्या ऍक्ट वर बेस्ड तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन्स येतात, 2-4 क्वेश्चन्स असतात, पण दे आर प्युअरली फॅक्च्युअल क्वेश्चन्स बेस्ड ऑन द ऍक्ट. सर जेव्हा तुम्हाला ह्या ऍक्ट बद्दल सांगतील आणि ते स्लाइड्स आणि नोट्स मध्ये जेव्हा तुम्हाला इन्फॉर्मेशन, पिन पॉइंट इन्फॉर्मेशन मिळेल, जस्ट मग इट अप, अंडरस्टँड अँड मग इट अप. ओके, दिस इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. देन नेक्स्ट यू हॅव पॉलिटी. ओके, फाईन. Akshay sir will be dealing this part, polity, but basically polity मध्ये तुम्हाला you'll need to know how this country or this state is governed, even at the local level, how the gram panchayat, village panchayat, panchayat samiti and जिल्हा परिषद they are governed. ती गव्हर्नन्स कसं आहे ते फक्त माहिती करून घेणं, दॅट इज पॉलिटी. Okay, let's move to the next part. Yeah, this is important. History. Akshay Sende sir would be in a position to deal with this history, but very important. In history you will be having a little bit detailed approach towards Maharashtra. कसं करायचं, काय करायचं, stay tuned to the series. Okay, on continuing with the series you will get to know a detailed analysis of each one of this. Geography of India and Maharashtra. Now many students are apprehensive about the material about geography of Maharashtra in English. We have ample material in English. Okay, fine. About how to deal with it in English medium, Ajay Ghodke sir would deliver it. Fine. About Maharashtra geography as well as the geography of India. So rivers, mountains, whatever you have learned in the school during your school days, everything would be asked over here. It might be physical geography, human geography, economic geography, social geography, population geography. ते सगळंच तुम्हाला इथं करायचे. Okay. The next very important topic, science. Now here they have specified what they are going to ask in science. Physics, chemistry, zoology, botany, आणि थोडासा IT चा भाग. I will just थोडासा IT चा भाग, that is remote sensing, aerial and drone photography, geographical, ICT, information and communication technology. आता हा पाठ का आलाय? See, it is very important that we know these techniques. Why you know these techniques? Because remote sensing today is required. आपण साधं GPS बघतो ना, ते पण remote sensing आहे. ओके, आजकाल बऱ्याच गोष्टी रिमोटली होतात. कसे काय? तुमचा ॲप असतो, त्या ॲपनी तुम्ही तुमच्या गावाकडचा फोटो काढू शकता, तुम्ही शेतामध्ये काय पिकलं ते दाखवू शकता. ओके, आणि त्याचं नुकसान भरपाई तुम्हाला मिळून जाते. सो दॅट इज रिमोट सेन्सिंग. यू हॅव टू अपलोड द डेटा फ्रॉम अ रिमोट प्लेस. द गव्हर्नमेंट कॅनॉट रीच एव्हरी टाइम, इट कॅनॉट रीच ईच अँड एव्हरी नूक अँड कॉर्नर ऑफ दिस कंट्री. फाईन. त्यावर रिमोट सेन्सिंग ह्या पुढे खूप महत्त्वाचं असणार आहे. एरियल अँड ड्रोन फोटोग्राफी, एव्हरीथिंग. इनफॅक्ट आता बऱ्याच गोष्टी ड्रोन्सनी होणार आहेत. वी ऑल नो. ओके, इवन द डिलिव्हरी इन अर्बन सिटीज इज गोइंग टू बी वाया ड्रोन्स. बऱ्याच गोष्टी ड्रोननी होणार आहेत. फाईन. फोटोशूट्स पण आता ड्रोननी होतात. सो if you are in a position, if you are going to maintain the law and order, you need to know how the drones they work. त्यांना कसं हे करायचं, त्यांना परमिशन द्यायची नाही द्यायची. सो therefore this topic is very important. PSI बनत असेल तर हा टॉपिक तुम्हाला खूप महत्त्वाचा आहे. रिमोट सेन्सिंग आणि इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक पण आहे. जॉग्राफिकल इन्फॉर्मेशन सिस्टम, ICT, हे खूप इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक्स आहेत. शिकायला पण तुम्हाला बरं वाटेल. दॅट इज अबाउट जनरल सायन्स अँड टेक्नॉलॉजी. देन नेक्स्ट यू कम टू इकॉनॉमी. आता यांनी इकॉनॉमी 2 सेक्शनमध्ये दिले. मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्स. Okay, the concepts of economy. This part will be dealing when I meet you next week on Wednesday. Okay, where I'll be dealing all about economy. I'll be teaching economy over here, so I'll be dealing all about economy. Economy, growth and development, public finance, international trade and international capital. Okay, this is about economics. Economics आणि economy या दोन्हीमध्ये फरक आहे. इकॉनॉमिक्स हा थिओरिटिकल सब्जेक्ट झाला विदाउट एनी कनेक्शन विथ एनी कंट्री. त्यात जो प्युअर थिओरिटिकल एस्पेक्ट आहे ना तो शिकायचा आहे, कोणत्याही कंट्रीचा संबंध नाहीये. दॅट इज व्हॉट यू लर्न इन इकॉनॉमिक्स. अँड नेक्स्ट व्हॉट यू हॅव इज कंटिन्यूइंग विथ द सेम. तो 9वा टॉपिकचं कंटिन्युएशन, इट्स इंडियन इकॉनॉमी. आता इंडियन इकॉनॉमी म्हणलं तर वॉट एव्हर यू लर्न अबाउट इकॉनॉमिक्स यू अप्लाय टू इंडिया अँड अंडरस्टँड व्हॉट इज हॅपनिंग इन इंडिया. ओके, इंडिया फ्रंटवर काय होतंय ते जाणून घेणं, दॅट इज इंडियन इकॉनॉमी. मग सगळं झालं यात. ओके, आरबीआय, ॲग्रिकल्चर, इंडस्ट्रीज, बँक्स, ओके, नॅशनल इन्कम, इन्फ्लेशन, सगळ्या गोष्टी, टॅक्सेस, सगळं आलं इथं. सो ते सगळं इंडियाचं बघायचंय, ते सगळं इंडियाचं बघायचं. मॅक्रो इकॉनॉमिक्समध्ये विल बी डीलिंग ओनली विथ the theoretical part of the subject. Okay, the conceptual part of the subject. Fine. Economy बद्दल डिटेल मध्ये आपण नंतर बोलू, but this is the pattern of the exam. This is the pattern of the exam. So we have understood the prelims and we have understood the mains. बऱ्याच एक्झाम साठी प्रिलिम्स आणि मेन्स एवढंच आहे. वॉट एव्हर यू स्कोर इन मेन्स दॅट इज गोइंग टू सिलेक्ट यू और गिव्ह यू युअर पोस्ट. ओके, मेन्सचा स्कोर महत्वाचा आहे. 400 पैकी तुम्ही किती स्कोर करता त्याच्यावर तुम्हाला पोस्ट मिळणार आहे. कंटिन्यूइंग फर्दर. ओके, हा, दिस इज असिस्टंट मोटर व्हेकल इन्स्पेक्टर. ओके, ही एक्झाम पण याच्यामध्येच येते, AMVI ग्रुप बी ग्रुप सी मध्येच. ओके, बट त्यांची मेन्स जी आहे, प्रिलिम्स इज द सेम, त्यांची मेन्स थोडी टेक्निकल असते अँड दॅट इज ऑल अबाउट देअर सब्जेक्ट. ओके, जे मी आता इथं नाही जास्त हे करणार. ओके, दॅट इज ऑल अबाउट देअर सब्जेक्ट. तर इंजिनिअरिंगचे जे सब्जेक्ट्स आहेत त्यांच्याविषयी आहे. स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल, मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग प्रोसेस, थिअरीज ऑफ मशीन, हायड्रॉलिक्स, मेकॅनिक्स, इंजिनिअरिंग सब्जेक्ट आहे, त्याच्याविषयी आपण इथं डिटेल डिस्कस नाही करणार. बट प्रिलिम्स फॉर AMVI इज द सेम. मेन्स त्यांची वेगळी आहे, असिस्टंट मोटर व्हेकल इन्स्पेक्टर. फाईन. सो दिस वॉज अबाउट द मेन्स पार्ट. नाउ कमिंग बॅक टू दिस, once the mains is over, for PSI what is the next stage? The PSI next stage is the physical stage. Okay, for PSI next stage is the physical one. 100 मार्काचे फिजिकल टेस्ट चे क्वालिफाईंग आहे. ओके, इथं फक्त तुम्हाला क्वालिफाय व्हायचंय. काय काय असतं मेल्स आणि फिमेलसाठी फिजिकल टेस्ट काय आहे? शॉर्टपुट आहे, त्याला 15 मार्क आहेत. 800 मीटर्स रनिंग आहे, 50 मार्क्स. पुलअप्स 20 मार्क्स अँड लॉंग जम्प 15 मार्क्स. दॅट इज फॉर मेल्स. टोटल 100 मार्क्स. फिमेलसाठी शॉर्टपुट इज फॉर 4 kg. ओके, 20 मार्क्स. 400 meters race 50 marks and you have long jump for 30 marks. So in a sense both of them they will be having 100 marks physical test. You need to qualify. Okay, qualification marks वर तुम्हाला मार्क्स पाडायचे. संपलं. किती मार्क्स आले त्याचा काही संबंध नाही. ओके, ते झाल्यानंतर you will be facing interview which is for 40 marks. 40 मार्काला इंटरव्ह्यू असतो. ओके, ह्या 40 पैकी तुम्हाला किती मार्क्स आले अँड मेन्स मध्ये तुम्ही किती मार्क्स स्कोर केला त्याचं कंबाईन याच्यावर तुम्हाला PSI ची पोस्ट मिळणार. ओके, सो युअर PSI पोस्ट डिपेंड्स ऑन द स्कोर यू गेट इन मेन्स एज वेल एज द इंटरव्ह्यू सेक्शन. फाईन, दिस इज अबाउट PSI. ओके, दिस इज अबाउट द PSI. बाकी सगळ्या एक्झाम्सला 2च स्टेजेस आहेत, प्रिलिम्स आणि मेन्स. ओके, सो लेट्स हॅव अ समरी. PSI you will be having 4 stages: prelims, mains, physical test आणि interview. Okay, STI, ASO, SR, IS यांसाठी 2च आहेत, prelims आणि mains. Prelims would be for 100 marks, mains is for 400 marks. Mains is for 400 marks. So this is the summary. Okay, one second, let me check what questions I have. 5 to 7 minutes. I didn't get the question. Can you just retype the question? Okay. Okay. Age limit. What is the age limit? Minimum is 19 for PSI. Maximum is 31. For other categories, there is a relaxation. For backward class orphan, it is 34. For ex-servicemen, distinguished sportsmen, it is 36. So this is the age limit for PSI. 19 to 31, and for respective categories the age limit is increased. Same thing for STI. Now for STI, the minimum is 19 and for general category it is 38. It is extended again for orphan backward class 43 and ex-servicemen and distinguished post personnel it is 45. Okay, so for general category it comes to 38. Other qualifications, these are very natural qualifications: Indian citizen, knowledge of Marathi language, graduate in any stream. And physical qualification, male 30, minimum height is 165, chest without expanding is 79 centimeters, and chest expanded is minimum 84. That means without expansion, the chest should be minimum 79 centimeters. After expansion, the expansion should be literally 5 centimeters plus for males. Females, the height is 157 centimeters. So if you're going for the PSA post, just initially check whether you fit into the height criteria. Okay, bakiche je running and long jump and everything, that can be developed over a period of time, but at least minimum the height criteria you should fit into over here. Okay, so minimum is 165 centimeters and for females it is 157 centimeters. तेवढी height असेल तर बाकीच्या गोष्टी डेव्हलप होऊ शकतात, ट्रेनिंग होऊ शकतं, प्रॅक्टिसनी डेव्हलप होऊ शकतं. Okay, so this is all about the combined exam. In case you want a PDF and you want the recorded sessions, kindly join the SuPrabha Academy Telegram channel. And if you have any further query, please contact this number 9405990599. So, Telegram channel, I hope you have noted it. It's SuPrabha MPSC English medium. Okay, this is the Telegram channel. Okay, please fill up the Google form which has been provided in the YouTube description box, so that we can send you the PDF copies of the syllabus, and also join the Telegram channel, so where we will be getting more and more updates. Now here's all a pattern and all those things. मग एक महत्त्वाचा प्रश्न असतो, सर माझ्याच्याने होणार का? Okay, will I be able to clear this exam? Now this is a very very important basic question which is asked by students. Sir माझ्याच्याने ही exam pass होणार का? First thing, never question yourself. Okay, never question and never doubt yourself. We have lots of hidden talent and energies which we need to just channelize. We just need to channelize in the right direction. ह्या एक्झाम मध्ये काही अवघड नाही. सर एवढं सगळं पाठ होईल का? किती पाठांतर आहे? बरंच पाठ करायचं असतं. We have to mug up lots of facts, lots of data. Okay, we have to go for revision. Okay, but let me tell you one thing, that it's not that you need to mug up. It's a very hard work to mug up all these things. एवढं काही कष्टाचं काम नाहीये. तुम्हाला फक्त फोकस राहणं गरजेचं आहे. ओके, तुम्हाला फक्त फोकस राहणं गरजेचं आहे. म्हणजे मी क्लासमध्ये नेहमी हे देतो की मूवीज मध्ये प्रेम नाव म्हणलं तर कुणाचं असतं, किंवा राहुल नाव म्हणलं तर कुणाचं असतं? हा, लगेच आन्सर्स येतात. इट्स सलमान खान अँड शाहरुख खान, राहुल. फाईन. नाव, डिड यू एव्हर इन युअर लाईफ टाइम मग अप दिस? ओके, एनी वन ऑफ यू, डिड यू मग अप दिस की बाबा प्रेम नाव सलमान खान, प्रेम नाव सलमान? नाही, मगअप नाही केलं. कोणी रात्रीचं झोपून उठून एकदम मगअप करत नाही बसतं. पण तरी देखील हे ध्यानात कसं राहील? इवन आफ्टर 20 years इफ आय आस्क यू द सेम क्वेश्चन, अरे मूवीजमध्ये प्रेम नाव कुणाचं आहे, राहुल नाव कुणाचं असतं, तर मोस्टली राहुल नाव शाहरुख खानचं असतं. का? इफ आय आस्क यू द सेम क्वेश्चन आफ्टर 20 years, यू विल बी रिकलेक्टिंग द सेम थिंग. वाय? बिकॉज समवेअर वेन यू वर रीडिंग दिस और वेन यू वर वॉचिंग द मूवी, तुम्ही मूवी एकदाच बघितला असेल, at that point of time you were totally immersed in the movie. तुम्ही डुबून गेला होता त्या मूवीमध्ये, किंवा ते वाचण्यामध्ये तुम्ही ते टोटली स्वतःला झोकून दिलं होतं. ओके, when you were reading those things, you totally went for those things. You were fully focused, पूर्ण अटेन्शन देऊन तुम्ही वाचत होता, आणि ते ध्यानात राहिलं, तुम्हाला ध्यानात राहिलं. ओके, फाईन. असं नाही की तुम्ही ते पाठ केलं होतं. सो दिस सेम एनर्जी, सेम फोकस तुम्हाला फक्त तो उचलायचं आहे, ते मूवीज सोडायचं आणि अभ्यासावर आणायचं आहे. ओके, ते खूप महत्त्वाचं आहे. हां, मग अभ्यास इंटरेस्टिंग असतो का? असतो. ओके, क्लासमध्ये तुम्हाला एक सर येऊन सांगतील सिलेबस कसा कव्हर करायचा, काय, आणि तो इंटरेस्टिंग कसा आहे. फाईन. सो इट्स जस्ट अ मॅटर दॅट यू डायव्हर्ट युअर एनर्जी अँड फोकस टुवर्ड्स द मोस्ट नीडेड एस्पेक्ट ऑफ युअर लाईफ. कारण हे जर का एक्झाम पास झाली तर करिअर बनून जातं. ओके, तर तुमच्यामध्ये आधीच ते टॅलेंट आहे. डोंट क्वेश्चन युअर सेल्फ. आय एम अगेन आस्किंग यू, डोंट क्वेश्चन युअर सेल्फ. यू हॅव द टॅलेंट इन यू. ओनली थिंग इज दॅट यू नीड टू चॅनलाइज द टॅलेंट in the right direction, okay, with guidance, but always with guidance, and that's why we are over here. Fine. So this is about the combined pattern, the combined syllabus for MPSC exams. Fine. So I hope this is clear. The YouTube video will be available for you anytime. Okay. In case you have any further queries, please join the Telegram channel or contact on this number. We'll be happy to help you. We'll be giving you the syllabus copy in English. So that's all from us at this moment. Please stay connected. Please be with us for the whole week, this week and next, where we'll be having detailed analysis of each and every subject, and त्या subject मध्ये score कसा करायचा, strategy काय असली पाहिजे score करायची. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards we'll be focusing only on the subjects. Fine. Before going, let me see if I have any other questions. Santosh, you can kindly contact on the given number. I'll be happy to answer these questions. Okay. Yeah, the fees is 30,000 plus GST. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So thank you everybody. I'll be signing off now. All the best.